said, my name is Nazim Fasiuddin Khan, and I've been in this field of learning and development, I think for more than 25 years, alhamdulillah. And I have been exposed to basically quite a few industry pertaining to the financial sector.
Life has always been a challenge. Ever since I was, a young boy, I remember playing, running, jumping, and doing all sorts of things. And then one day, suddenly, I remember, I was struck down with a sickness that I couldn't pronounce at that time, and it was called juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. And the sickness was just so bad, that within 8 years, from a young, energetic boy playing and swimming and jumping off, high boards and ski boards and you name it, I found myself, in a wheelchair. But I found out that wheelchairs really, aren't that bad as people think it is. It just depends on how you see something. And I believe that challenges that come in life are always opportunities for growth. And challenges for me, the wheelchair was never something that pushed me down, but rather it was a springboard that launched me into where the professional is born. I became a life coach and a master trainer, and of course what I found is through my hardship I learned something, that how to become a practitioner of behavior change. And through the years I learned from what I learned through books and through theory, I actually began to experience it practically in my life. And one of the core things that I want to really emphasize really is my core area is to change you. Is to change you, a person like you. You may think you're good, but I think good is not good enough.
Great.
And I think good is the opposite. Mrs. Khan is an enemy, and in fact it's not good to be good, but it's good to become great. And my work is actually to unleash in you that potential that's deep inside of you. And I believe you have an ability to become great.
Yes.
And that's what we are going to be talking about in this program. I want to change you and unleash the potential to transform you, from a caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly. I want to teach you to fly. I want to teach you to fly. And that's what we're going to be talking about.
You mean to say you've had your experience spreads around how many years?
It's been over 25 years. Don't tell my age to people. Okay. But it's been over 25, 30 years. I remember back then we started with PIA and the transformation process. It was a great time. And from PIA we went into, SUI Southern Gas and into the banking sector, and into the petroleum industry. You name it, and we've been there, And our work is basically to unleash the potential. We want to thank BLD, for this great initiative that they have taken. And I was so shocked because the survey said this, that people get jobs in organizations. And the reason they get jobs, they said, is because of attitude. Their education accounts for 15% and attitude accounts for 85%.
Yes.
And I began to realize that people nowadays in organizations are looking at people who have the correct attitude.
Exactly.
And if you have it does mean physically and mentally and emotionally and socially, we're developing, and that's what the program basically is about.
Making them into a better member of the society.
And becoming holistically developed, so that you're not just good in one area, but we develop
these people,
yes,
and we have joined them with the cause that we want to bring a change.
Yes,
and we want to bring a holistic change as far as the new generation is. In this 2-day workshop and program, find yourself professionally, personally, emotionally,
Yes.
morally, a totally transformed human being.